What's up? Okay, so this is gonna be about how I handle the off-season in lawn care. And what I did was I filmed 2 clips. First was me explaining it, and then the second clip was me summarizing it. But upon editing it, I'm gonna put the summary first because it just makes more sense. And then I'll put the more detailed description afterwards. So it's gonna be backwards, but here it is. Let me reiterate this simple fact now that I'm back in my comfy abode. In my opinion, the goal of lawn care, the way that I view it is, I wanna make a lot of money and I wanna build up a lot of customers from spring all the way until winter. So I'm gonna work hard during that time. I'm gonna mow these 8-10 yards a day. I'm gonna work 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days a week, just depending on what I wanna do. And my goal by the time winter comes is I wanna have a fat savings. I wanna have a lot of recurring customers that are gonna be beginning up when spring comes, to where winter is my time off. And that's what at least I think you guys should do. If you wanna work throughout the winter and just work for the remaining 3 quarters of the year and just work every single month, every single year, you can do that. I don't wanna do that. I work so I can live my life. And I want to spend the time away that I can. And for lawn care, winter is the best time to go on a far destination far away. I like to travel, so that's how I mix in traveling with lawn care. Masarap. Siza.
Ako nga pala si Moses. Si Odette kasi pa.
Ano nyo lang ako. Tagal ko nag-skate up. Liit niyo sa menu. Ha? Liit din niyo.
Ibang itsura daw ng bago.
Ito mga anak. Ilang araw lang yan, mga anak na yan. Ang tapang kasi. Nakindot to. Matawa pa talaga. Kita mo yan, kahit busog, kaya pa tumalun. Hindi makapain din ito. Takaw sa pakwan. Ano? Nagagalit na. Ano?
Sino nagagalit? Walk now. I want to see your stupid remember? Oh, I want to try it. I want to look at it. Okay. That car, Maze. Okay, that car is here. I want to see Uncle Jack's skateboard.
As far as going on vacation throughout the year from spring, summer, and fall, I could take a week or 2 off. I have a lawn care service that I can refer my customers too, if they can't go the extra week of not having it mowed, then I can easily get it covered, and I let the other lawn service keep all the money because I trust him and he's helping me out. So everybody wins. I get my yards covered, the yard is mowed, and I get to help out another lawn service.
That's a big shit. Yeah, I lean back a little bit. Right there. Really good. Look at this girl.
This girl got slammed with lady right here.
Yeah. You bodyboard those away.
Look at that. Watch this. Look, you better get up. Look, look, look.
Are we talking to landscaper guy?
So we're gonna go back to the footage, but I forgot to add inside all of that in between all those travels, I was still able to move myself into a 2-bedroom house by myself for an entire year, and I happily lived there, and I just did my business out of there. And when I moved in, compared to when I moved out, I had twice as much money when I moved out. So that's just the power of lawn care. I don't know what else I can tell you. I literally live just like you see in my videos, and I just make money and I save it, and that allows me to move around, skate around the world, and just live in a house. Or now I live in an apartment, but this is my old house. And it's funny because I just started filming all my videos right before I moved out of my house, and I wish I still had the house because it'd make it easier for me to film, but it's all good. We will keep it moving. And I say all of that just so I could be an example that, again, what do I say in every one of my videos? If I can do it, you can do it too. If you want to do it. If you don't, then do whatever you want. But there's no reason that you can't have this too if you just put the work in. Simple as that. It's just mow some yards, save some money, make some money, go have fun. That's my philosophy. So watching all that footage almost made me cry because I'm just so grateful to what lawn care has brought me, because without lawn care, I wouldn't be able to afford any of these trips or take any of this time off for all those trips, because they were all last year, because obviously we're in a lockdown right now and I can't do anything. But that's what I would be doing if there wasn't a lockdown right now. And if I can do it, then you can do it too. I'm not a special snowflake. I'm not a genius. I'm just a dude with a simple lawn care business who mows about 40 customers on average, recurring on a basis. And that gives me the money to afford all these trips, and it gives me the freedom to take a week off whenever I want, and I can have the lawns covered. Or most of the time, the yards just don't mind growing for an extra week if I only go on a trip like once every 3 months. Because all those little trips like to Colorado and Hawaii and Las Vegas and New York, those are all for like a week. But the 1 month trip is of course in the winter. So if I can do all this with lawn care, you can do it too. And if I can help you do it, and if you could use me as a brain to pull ideas from and pull marketing strategies and how to word, I'm going to go out of town for a week to your customers, then there's no reason you can't do it. Unless you don't want to travel, then disregard everything I just said. But I think that most people want to be able to see the world, because in my experience from all those trips, the Philippines, Colorado, New York, all these things, that's when I've grown the most. And people call me wise and they call me an old soul. I think it's because I just travel a lot and I just get to see different cultures and I get to immerse myself in. So again, howtomakemoneymowing.com. If you want to work with me, I'll teach you how to operate your business, and then you and I can work together until you're able to do trips just like this, because I want you to travel the world with me and I want to see your footage, because we might not go to the same 2 places. So that being said, here's back to the video. And one more thing, if I was still working as a server at a Vietnamese restaurant and I never decided to start my business, I probably wouldn't be here and you wouldn't even be watching this video of me traveling and stuff. So again, I used to have a job just like most of you, until one day I said, I don't want to have this job no more. I want to be my own business owner. So here we are. But again, in my opinion, you might agree or might disagree, the goal of lawn care is to work super hard and build up a lot of savings and a lot of recurring customers throughout the year, to when winter time comes, you can spend it with your family, you can go travel, you could just stay home and just maintain your equipment and just plot for the next season. That's how I view business, and that's just how I would tell people to do it if they're working with me. But again, you can work throughout the entire year, 365 days a year if you want to, but you don't have to, because I don't. And if I can do it with this little brain in the same 24 hours that we all have, then you could do it too. So yeah, that's it. Okay, now let me give you the more detailed answer. And I just realized, I think another reason why my eyes don't look is because I film every single video on this channel with my iPhone 11 and the camera's right here, but I'm looking at the screen. So I apologize if my eyes just start around randomly. But short answer, if you were starting out right now, because I imagine people who are asking me about winter time are people who are starting out or want to start a lawn care business, here's what I would tell you. It's basically October 1st. Keep in mind, October is just as busy for me as spring. October is just as busy for me as March. Spring is just as busy as me for fall. They're both the growing seasons. They're the only growing seasons, because summer, it doesn't grow as much. In winter, obviously, it gets cold and there's no grass to be grown. So October is equivalent to me in terms of gaining customers and having work as spring is. So if you're gonna start, now is the perfect time. That being said, and also think about this, everybody was complaining about summer. Everybody was saying that, oh my God, everyone's skipping mows on me. They're asking me to extend a week. The grass isn't growing. But just like that, summer's over. Now it's about to be fall. And now the new problem is going to be grass is growing so fast. You're getting so many collars. The grass is so thick because it's growing so quickly. Now you got to double your work and go from bi-weekly to weekly. That's going to be the new problem. Just like summer was dry, it's over. Now it's going to be fall, and your new problem is going to be you're stressed out with the amount of work and the amount of volume you have coming into your business, which is a better problem, albeit. But for you to stay busy and to survive winter, just think about it like this. You can make $200, $300, $400 a day in the next 2 weeks if you did every advertising method that I showed you in my course, from Google, Craigslist, business cards, card magnets, yard signs, sandwich boards, door hangers, word of mouth, everything in between. There's so many ways for you to advertise. I only have 40 customers right now, and that's more than enough money for me to do everything that I do in this life and still have money to save. And you could gain 40 customers by the end of this month if you just advertised every single way and just took on callers. Again, grass is going to be growing like a jungle because the temperatures are cooling down. It's starting to get cooler and it's going to be raining more, so people are going to need their yards mowed. So start right now if you want to start, because you can make a lot of money, and you could make, I'm not going to say numbers, but it's up to you. You can make 2, 3, 4, 5,000 for October and November. And then now when winter comes, you're going to have like 1 month off, because I live in Texas, so I can't speak for the whole world, but I mow all the way until the middle of January. And I'll tell you how I do it. And you could share this method, or you could do this method if you want to make some more money all the way into mid-January. So obviously the grass will stop growing around December-ish, but the leaves will begin dropping. So what I tell my customers is, I'm going to continue coming on a weekly or bi-weekly schedule to mulch up the leaves. Even though the grass isn't necessarily growing, the leaves are going to be falling down, and there will still be like weeds to weed eat and just to clean up the yard, keep it looking fresh, redo the edges and whatnot. But we're going to continue staying on schedule, and I'm going to mow over the leaves. You could bag them up, or you could just mulch them up with the mower. It's every week or every 2 weeks, so mulching it up is more than okay. It's not going to clog up the mower or make the yard look bad. So by telling the customer that, 1, you get to continue mowing all the way until January. 2, the customer gets to keep a clean, nice, tidy house. And 3, if you're like me and you don't like dealing with a truck bed full of leaves and taking it to the dump and just raking up for hours and hours and hours, I don't like doing that. I never liked doing that. So this new method where I can continue mowing over the leaves to mulch them up, to keep the yard looking good, and you could bag if you want, you could charge more and make more money. That's how I continue mowing all the way until January. Whenever the leaves stop dropping, say mid-January, and the grass has already been dormant since before that, then that's when I go on my winter vacation, so to say. So that being said, the weeds start growing in my yards around mid-February. So at that time, I'm already getting calls because the grass still hasn't woken up yet, but the weeds are popping up. So now I got mowing and weed sprays to be doing. So really, it's only 1 month off for the winter for me. And that's why I take my 1 month vacation, because that's the only time I could take a whole month off. So if you start working right now and you're making 200, 300, 400, 500 a day, why can't you just survive 1 month of winter? I mean, if you live somewhere where it snows, that's a different story, but you could snow plow, you could shovel it, you could put a plow on your truck, you could drop salt. There's a lot of different ways for you to make money. Besides that, if you want to work in the winter time, if you didn't save enough money for some reason, you didn't get enough customers, which would be like a challenge to not get enough customers when the grass is growing so quick for the fall, then you could do all these other jobs. You could do obviously shrubs and landscaping jobs. You could do pressure washing. You could do junk hauling. You could do gutter cleaning. You could hang up Christmas lights. You could do all those things and stay busy. You could even go outside of lawn care and you could do Uber, Lyft. You could do Shipt and deliver food. You could do something else. Like I used to be a personal trainer, so I could personal train the side if I wanted to. I could just go outside to a park and just train somebody for 30, 40. My phone died. Okay, so as I was saying, I just gave you a bunch of ideas from what you could do inside of lawn care, from junk hauling, pressure washing, Christmas lights, all that stuff, to the idea of going outside and you could do a skill that you have that I don't have, and you could do it to make money. Example, I was a personal trainer, so I could just do it on the side and just charge my own rate and just essentially do what I'm doing, except I'm personal training people versus mowing their yards. So people ask me, what do I do in the winter? That's what I do. I work hard and I make more than enough money to where I could take winter off as a vacation. But if you're starting out right now, I'm just telling you that you can make more than enough money to where you can save up making these $300, $400, $500 work days for yourself. You can get 40 customers in 1 month. It's not hard. There's so many people in the city, and there's always people that are needing a better lawn service. Half of the customers that I have fired their last company because they were inconsistent or they didn't do a good job, and that's how they called me, and that's how I landed their business, because It's not like I was the first lawn care service for all these people that I have in my videos. I just do a better job than the last company, and that's how I built myself up, so you can do it too. Don't worry about the saturation, because you can always do a better job and provide better customer service than the last people, because most people will take their business for granted. All you gotta do is just swoop in, do a good job, the word will spread, and then you will have the growth that you're looking for to gain all these new customers. So that being said, again, if you're starting out right now from zero, I only have 40 customers. You can get that in 1 month with all the different ways to advertise. It's not hard. And you can make all these money, all these $500 workdays yourself, all the way from now. You have all of October, you have all of November, you basically have all of December. You can make so much money in that time to where 1 month or 2 months off for the winter time, knowing that you have all this recurring business coming from spring all the way until the winter of 2021. It makes my head want to explode just trying to explain that concept, but it's true, and that's just seriously how I operate. So I hope that helped. I hope that answered some questions. I know I said a lot of things in this video. I think I'm delirious because I've been editing for so long, going back in time to pull all those clips out. But let me know if you have any questions, howtomakemoneymowing.com. If you just want me to give you the exact instructions for you to advertise and build your business up, you can use the exact ad that I use to build my business from Craigslist, word for word, copy, paste it, put your name on it, how to put yourself at the top of the Google ranking, how to rank up, all these other things, how to quote, how to gain customers. It's literally all there. And on top of that, you have me as your best friend to help you on your business journey. And I'm not going anywhere until you're satisfied with your business. So I'm gonna eat my eggs, bacon, and oatmeal, and I'll see you in the next video.